Well, this is my birthday. I recorded the one yesterday, the day before my birthday, and the title for this video, which is actually going to be for the 22nd, for my birthday, I'd like the Republic restored. I imagine many people are also tired of unfulfilled promises. For a decade and a half, I have been expecting the legitimate government of the United States to be restored, with the cabal corporation taken down. Yes, I was part of that movement, holding the position of Secretary of State for Florida Republic. Of course, it did not happen as we hoped. The criminals held on to their deception. And even though it looks as if it is finally falling apart, I no longer believe anything until it actually happens. Promises are meaningless. To me, restoration of a constitutional government would be a first step in bringing the kingdom of heaven into manifestation on earth. As I shared in the previous video, someone supposedly in the know has indicated that this will be announced on my birthday with either General Dunford or Paul Ryan as interim president. I can't think of a better birthday present. Please, God, don't keep disappointing us. Oh my goodness, where to begin? As I said, I have a history of working with people that want a legitimate government in the United States. It's been 20 years, I think, or more, since I realized that what we have as the government in the United States is a corporation and is actually operating illegitimately. It's fraud, and the people that are participating in that government and holding offices, most of them are not even allowed to hold office under the original 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which is that no person holding a title of nobility is allowed to hold public office. And Bar Association attorneys are exactly that. They are committed to another realm. They hold a title of nobility to Great Britain, and they actually come under the authority of the Pope. Now, the Pope supposedly has released the gag order, and it released the hold of the Catholic Church on the various politicians and what have you, all of us. It's been released so that we are supposedly free to create the kingdom of heaven on earth. And it's a co-creation, of course, with God, with an angelic realm, with extraterrestrials, whatever is going to be involved. It's a big job to restore earth to its original intent, where we are truly free people. We'll never be free people as long as criminals are in charge, because they don't like freedom. They don't like truth. And this is something that all of us need to wake up to. I mean, we need to get out of the brainwashing of the mainstream media and wake up to what's going on. Neither Trump nor Hillary, according to some of the news that I have, will actually be there to vote for on election day. Election day will be held in January sometime, but there will be an interim thing in place during the next couple of months as people get educated as to what's going on. The awakening could be happening. Is it? I don't believe anything till it actually happens. I'd like to see these things happen, folks. God knows I've wanted for a long time to live on a planet where I could fulfill my dreams, and so could everybody else, and where we could be free to explore, make mistakes, as long as we don't violate the free will of another. That's the biggie. That's the biggie to me. Do what you wilt, but do not violate another's free will. And that's the one by which everything else is measured. That's the only meaningful rule. Yes, love your neighbor as yourself, love God, love creation, but most important, don't violate the free will of another human being or another sentient being. And I don't know how that fits into the animal kingdom, which come to mind, of course, when I say those words, because some people say, well, animals are sentient beings. And others would say, well, so are vegetables and trees and plants. And there is evidence that there is sentience even in plants, and there's probably sentience in everything. Perhaps the whole universe is alive. Does that make eating a sin? Maybe. You know, eventually we might be able to move out of that and become breatharians and not have to eat. I don't know how that's going to play out, and that's not my big concern right now. My big concern is to get rid of the criminals that have been running roughshod over human rights and running roughshod over planet Earth for such a long time. This needs to be brought to an end. And I'd like to see the Republic restored, because I do think that is the first step in actually taking back the world for good and allowing individuals, eliminating poverty and allowing individuals to be more secure in their being and not have to struggle just to survive. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, it's insane that there has to be such an enormous struggle, and that so many do not even survive. They do not even make it, not even to their 10th birthday, let alone their 70th birthday. And we have cures for all of the diseases. There are no incurable diseases. There's so many things that will shift if we can take the criminal element out of our culture and the corporate element, which is dead fiction. Anybody that studies it knows that the corporation comes from the word corpse. It's not even alive. It has no dealing with life. It is about death. And we've been under that for, some say, 10,000 years. Anyway, folks, I'm grateful for all those of you that have already wished me a happy birthday. I'm sure there will be many more. There's probably many more since I checked in the middle of the night when I came back from the gym. But I have a busy day planned, and I hope to get a lot of things done. And hopefully there will be some major, major changes that will springboard us into the world that we've longed for, the world that we deserve, a world that works for people, ordinary people, and not just criminals that want to control ordinary people. So be it. Let that be, God. That's the greatest prayer that could ever be answered, is to restore your kingdom on earth. On that note, I want to say thank you for listening, and I appreciate the love and the support that I receive from so many. And hopefully, I don't know what the future holds. We'll see. But if some of these things do come to pass, I don't know where I'm going to go or what role I'm going to play. I'm open to being led by the Spirit to be everything that I can be and to help as many as I can help. Thank you for listening. Namaste.